never. In today's video, I thought I would go really hard for Halloween since Halloween is canceled and 2020 is Halloween in itself. But anyways, I'm going to be doing this golden goddess. Honestly, you can use this for so many things. It is basically a very, very glowy tutorial that I wanted to wear a blonde wig in, so this is it. For the first step, I'm taking this super glowy, super radiant base. This one is by Vesca Beauty, and it is literally such a beautiful product. I like to just kind of apply it as a primer first with a thin layer and then start building it up on my cheekbones and basically anywhere that I want a little bit of an extra glow. So just kind of want to start slowly building that up and get it as glowy as you want. I also feel like you could definitely build this product up on top of foundation as well as a little bit of a liquid highlighter if you wanted to. For my foundation today, I'm taking my Wonder Illusion foundation. This one is, I would say it's like medium coverage, medium to full maybe. And I'm just kind of starting to apply it all over my face and blending it out. So I've been using foundation pretty much every single day. I've gotten really accustomed to it. It's very buildable. It doesn't feel heavy. It's nice. And it blends very easily, and this brush is also a very cool shape, and it's from Complex Beauty, which I will be doing a little bit more of an in-depth tutorial on later, but I'm just starting to kind of blend that out. You just want that perfect, flawless goddess skin that literally nobody on the planet has, so. Next, for my concealer, I'm taking my Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, and I'm just applying it under my eyes, making sure to conceal those under eyes and those dark circles, and honestly whatever else you need concealing. But that foundation does a pretty good job at taking care of most things, so I feel like I don't really need to follow it up with coverage concealer. But for my under eyes, I do like a nice flawless bright under eye. Blending that out, making sure you're tapping it and not swiping it. I also like to give this concealer a few seconds before I go in blending it, just because I like when it gets a little bit tacky and starts setting a little. Next, I'm taking my Butter Biscuit by Fenty, and this is just a cream bronzer. If you have the matchsticks in the shade Amber, that also works really, really well, especially if you're like a light or light medium complexion. It is the most perfect sculpting bronzer. I swear it is the most realistic one. A trick that I've been doing a lot is I'll smile and kind of see where that line ends, and then I will kind of use that as my guide for my cream contour. Next, just blending all that out, of course contouring my jaw as well. Next, I'm just setting my face with some loose translucent powder. This one is also by Complex Beauty, and I'm just starting to lightly, very lightly set everything. I don't want to cover that glow that I've just laid down. I want it to shine through. And adding on more glow, of course. This is a goddess look. I am taking my Charlotte Tilbury liquid highlighter, and this one is the golden one. There's also a more luminous kind of pearly shade as well, which I like, but I do enjoy the gold one for the sake of being a golden goddess, you know. Blending that out with a fluffy brush, moving on to an actual perfect bronzer for this tutorial. This is the Estee Lauder Bronzed Goddess, and I'm starting to just bronze it up. Honestly, the more bronzy, the better for this look. I'm going right in. I also applied fake tanner before this video, so I'm really just going bronze all the way. My favorite trick to kind of get everything as bronzy looking as possible is to just bronze up the top of your forehead, and it just instantly ties everything together. I'm taking a little bit of some powder highlighter, of course. I'm telling you, this is the glowiest tutorial I think I've ever done in my life. And so this little spot on your face, it's kind of between your temple and your cheekbone. If you apply highlighter there, it just pops. It is the most like highlighty spot outside of your actual cheekbones. It's where you start glowing, you know? Setting everything, of course, with my Farsali Rose Gold Mist. I think I've been probably through over 10 bottles of this in my life at this point. It is the most beautiful golden mist. I like to literally spray it everywhere. It's one of those products that actually stays glowy throughout the day. It doesn't just set everything and look wet and then kind of goes away. It actually sticks and stays glowy. I'm gonna be applying some glitter because it is Halloween and I wanted some glitter in my life. This one is the Nars Loose Shadow, and okay, it's a very loose glitter, okay? I've dropped it a few times, it gets everywhere. Just, you know, don't be a child like me, is what I'm trying to get at. Get some goddess brows. I'm taking my Fenty Beauty brow pencil, and this one is a lighter shade just because I am wearing a blonde wig. I'm starting to sculpt my eyebrows, keeping them pretty soft shape, Nothing too crazy. If you did want to make even softer of a look, you could make them straight, but I'm just following my natural brow. Probably one of my favorite brow pencils at the moment. It just looks real, you know? You know, some brow pencils just look so intense. This one is just so powdery and so good. Next, I'm just taking this brow gel by Complex Culture and I'm setting the brow. This one is really nice because it has a lot of texture to it. There is fibers in it and it really fluffs up and volumizes your brow, and it also kind of helps the hairs stick up. It's really nice if you want to build up that boy brow, that kind of like model fluffy brow. If you wanted to do that, just don't use a pencil and go in straight with the brow gel. This one is perfect for that. For my eyes, I'm taking my new Morphe 35XO palette. Okay, this is weird for me. I don't think I've ever used the Morphe palette on my channel, but this palette is so beautiful. There's so many pinks and there's so many shimmers. It's such a beautiful holiday palette, which is, I think, what they actually came out with for. It is a holiday palette, so I'm just gonna be using it for the sake of all the pink shades in it. Because, you know, Aphrodite, goddess of love, like there's a lot of pink, there's a lot of hearts. I'm starting to build it into my crease. This is just a nice pink nude shade, and just blending it away, just as the first layer. Next, I'm taking a shade that's a bit brighter of a pink and I'm starting to apply it under my eyes and building that under eye bag, as I like to call it. And this will come in clutch when you want to layer shimmer into the middle of your lower lash line. I'm kind of lining my eyes with this brown eyeshadow slash winging it. This is a great trick if you're not actually down to line your eyes or wing it or use liquid liner. This is super easy. You can't really mess it up. It's probably one of my favorite lazy liner tricks. For my lid, I'm taking this liquid shadow by Huda Beauty and I'm starting to lay down a base for the super glittery shadow that I'm about to go in with next. It's not really necessary because the glittery shadow is so intense, but it does help to have a nice tacky surface for the glitter to kind of cling onto. And I'm just blending it out with my finger, or you could use a brush. And then for the shadow, I'm taking the star of the show. This is such a beautiful glitter shadow. I literally had to use it. The second I got this palette, I was like, this is it. This is the one. I'm starting to pat it on to the tacky surface and just layering it until I'm happy with how glittery it is. And then for that little under eye glow, I'm taking this light shimmery pink shadow and I'm starting to pop it under my eye and I'm kind of focusing it in the middle. I'm skipping the lashes for this look, but of course, if you're a lash girl, go for it. I'm just gonna be using my mascara. This is my Benefit They're Real mascara, and I'm just gonna do a few coats with it. Like I said, if you're a lash queen, like this is it. This is the look where you would lash up. I just feel like the older I get, the weirder I look with lashes. I don't know. For my lips, I'm taking my Morphe Sweet Tea Lip Liner, and I'm also going to be using the same lipstick for it. And this was also part of their holiday collection that I got. And it's just a nice everyday nude. Goes really well with the tan, goes really well with some bronziness. It's just a nice brown nude. And this is the lipstick. I'm just going to pat on a little bit of the color. I don't want to overdo it. I don't usually like to do a full coat of lipstick to begin with. I'm more of a lip liner kind of person, you know? And then for the second star of the show, this is my Fenty Body Lava. If you don't know yet, please get familiar. This product is one of a kind, definitely. I'm just applying it all over my body and this is going to give you the most beautiful glow. If you haven't used it yet, it is a bit tacky and a little bit sticky, so you do want to get dressed before you go in with this for whatever it is that you're using it for. But this stuff stays on. It photographs so beautifully. It looks incredible on camera. It looks incredible in person. It's so, so good. Out of all the body highlighters and body glows that I've ever tried, this is probably one of the best ones. And that is it for the look. I hope you guys liked it. It is more of a beauty tutorial rather than a Halloween scary look, but I wanted to go in with that intro and I just wanted to do something for Halloween since we can't do anything IRL. But I hope you guys are staying safe and staying healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. I love you. Bye.